Good morning, CPC Fantasy Football family. It's your favorite host, Chef Chubbs. Before we get into any game predictions, let's talk about how Yahoo ranked our finish for the season. We're going to start from 14th all the way to 1. So, with a 1-12 record, we got Brown but not out. At the 13th position, with a 2-11 record, we got second yet again. David, that's your spot, Bubba. Between the second pick and finishing 13th or 14th, that's you all the way. You living up to that name. Then with the 12th position, we have, with the 3-10 record, we have Under the Influence. Which, that's about right how you going to finish. With the 11th position, finishing 4-9, we have Christian Boys. Then with the 10th position, with another 4-9 record, we got Locked Up Greg. You got the bottom locked up 2 years in a row. Congratulations to that. Then we got, with the 9th, we got the Flying Elvises with a 5-8 record. Then we have the 8th position, we have with a 6th and 7th record is Who Dat Hill, where Kenny always finishes right about that. So that's an average spot. Him and David both finishes in that correct order that Yahoo predicted, and for some odd reason, they always finish that way. Then the 7th spot is me, which I don't agree with the 7-6 record. I'm still above 500, so that's a good thing. With the 6th spot, we got Hammer Time finishing 8-5. Then they have Weston's OK team finishing 5th with an 8-5 record. Then with the 4th spot, we got Steel Curtain, a former champ in Mike's Crossing Place League, with finishing with a 9-4 record. Then the top 3, with the 3rd position, is Southern Breeze with 11-2 record. Don't see how. I'll get to that later on. And the second number 1 loser, because he's gonna lose anyway, the Goat Squad with 11-2 record also. But the most shocking one of all is Time to Three-Peat with a 12-1 record. That don't even make sense. Yahoo should have waited till after week 1 to make these predictions, because the next day after the draft, they had an armed robbery that has been committed. Hey, but here's a fun fact for the league. Todd Gurley has been passed around more times in the last 2 years than any U.S. currency. Just this season, he's been on 4 different teams before week 1 even started. 4. How is that possible? I still haven't figured it out yet. But let's start these predictions. Game 1, we got Locked Up versus Steel Curtain. Great. You're going up against a champ. Do you think you can take him down? Well, here's the inside story. Why, yes, only because he has nobody to fill Melvin Gordon's spot. So, Greg, even though you got this first W, don't think you're not going past 10th. Your journey for 10th place has just begun. Then we have Southern Breeze versus Second Yet Again. Now, this match right here is a very heated match because they always compete between the 14th, 13th, 12th position, somewhere around there. Them two, they always have a good match. But with Leslie starting 2 tight ends this year, she's starting off her journey in the right spot for the bottom. But Leslie, don't get too sad, because within the next couple weeks, David will be joining you at the bottom. So, David, don't get your hopes too high too soon. Then we got Hamilton versus Weston's OK team. West, your name was living up to the hype until you gave up Gurley. So Hammer, you dodged the bullet, and you gonna pull out this W this week. And then we got 3-Pete versus Who Dat Hill. Craig, in order for you to live up to that name, 3-Pete, you gotta lose. But the only reason why I'm picking you to win this week is because Kenny has no good running backs. So therefore, you're gonna win. But you can only win 5 more games. If you win 6, you might have to change your team name. So I would thread that water very lightly. Then we have Brown but not out versus the GOAT squad. Caleb, do you really think acquiring Gurley solidified your team? And Carl, what was you thinking drafting James White in the 3rd round, with the 8th pick in the 3rd round, should I say? Do you have some kind of Patriot inside source that me and Matt does not know about? I mean, you need to tell us. But with that, I'm going to give this W to Caleb. Congratulations, Caleb, on your first W in this league. Then we got the Flying Elvises versus the Christian Boys. Matt, I think you made Mark scared because he went ahead and made some trades with Jacob. And he acquired Kirk Cousins to give him that 2-piece with Stephon Diggs. But I don't think that's enough for him to beat you this week, Matt. So, Mark, your team's heading in the right direction where Yahoo predicted you to land at the end of the season. So, congratulations, Matt. You got your W. Then for the final game, we got Chef Chubbs, which is me, versus Under the Influence. Jacob, with all these trades that you have made before the season even starts, it still doesn't help your team. Even though you think that you got an easy cakewalk victory because I have a bunch of unproven wide receivers. Well, don't think too hard because you're going to finish where Yahoo predicts you to finish this year. With that saying, I'm about to cook up this victory against Under the Influence. And he's still going to be doing that. How did that happen? I made all these trades and I still lost. I lost against my brother. My Lord, I'm going to hear that for the rest of the year. Nah, I'm going to give you a little slack because you're trade happy. Well, folks, that's all that I have for week 1. Oh, but one more thing. Hey, Monday night, me and Ryan Carr has a Cornhole for Jesus. Y'all come join us at 6 p.m. We're going to have the game live. Well, we're going to be streaming the game from the big screen in the Student Center. So y'all come on and enjoy some Cornhole and play and watch the game. So can't wait to see y'all there. 6 p.m. in the Student Center if y'all want to play some Cornhole. Until then, I'll see y'all next week. Later. Chef Chubbs is out.